Hello everyone, welcome back. This is not really a Bitcoin trade episode, but I would say like a Bitcoin experience episode now. So I'm not going to talk about any of the price. I'm not going to make any predictions on the price. I'm going to mainly talk about my real world physical experience with Bitcoin. I talk a lot about other stuff, do other things, and they all kind of tie in and somehow into Bitcoin some way. So, I guess let me first start off by saying, I guess if you have been watching my videos, you notice I've been making a gun, and that's also tied in to Bitcoin. I've also discovered a lot of things about what Bitcoins are being used for. Now, I always understood there was some element of Bitcoin, a dark element of Bitcoin. Didn't know how much of it or how little of it is really there. But there are some elements of Bitcoin that are being used to attack or destroy or collapse the existing financial structure. Now, do I have a problem with that? Not really, because I think what you're looking at, or what I'm actually seeing or experiencing, or from what I'm understanding, is the current structure, the current established system, the old world, as I like to call it, is really in horrible decay. And it's so bad that it's being eaten up from the inside out and outside in. I mean, it's just so bad that this is just a natural order. This is literally, you're seeing decay and process happening. And so basically, when I found out what these Bitcoins are being used for, or possibly being used for, I thought about it. And I had to see if this is in line with some of my beliefs in Bitcoin, and some of the things I've come to believe in Bitcoin. And after thinking about it, the decay, the death of an existing system. I mean, as I look at it more and more, it shouldn't even be alive. It shouldn't even be there. It is literally being eaten inside out and outside in. I mean, just horribly just being ravaged. And yet it's still there. And it's really being supported by some external force, third party. And back to what I'm trying to say was, I did think about what this person said about how Bitcoin's being used. And I thought about it. And really what I'm seeing is this is being used as a disruptive technology. It disrupts the current system. And that's what it's supposed to do. Because, this is really a struggle and a fight to find out which system is stronger, which one's more secure, and what's which one's gonna last. And for me, if doing something like this is gonna help my personal beliefs and my personal cause, I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with it, really. Because if it is attacking a system that I don't believe in or really want or be a part of, why would I have a problem with it? So that's my feelings about it anyway. And this is my experience from my physical world experience of using Bitcoin. And I really thought about it in this concept of starting anew, like reborn into a new person. That's real. Creation of a person, starting anew. This is all real concepts, all doable in the physical reality. They are conceptual in nature, but practiced physically. So this is it's doable. It's plausible. The hardest part about this thing is, when you actually go out and you start meeting and interacting with the physical world, physical reality. It's quite different. It is quite different, and linking with other entities and building a network and building the infrastructure and it's different. It's a lot of physical work. But for me, you can't have a virtual reality without physical reality. So right now, anyone who wants to do this, you can. Anybody who's willing to do this, I'll accept. It's when you're building, and I mentioned this before in my previous episodes about building an army, having soldiers. I mean, these are real concepts that you can employ right now, literally building a company. And I guess in some ways, if you're gonna have, or you're gonna try to represent yourself, you need to back that up with some sort of, at least show of force, in my opinion, when you start building this new world. And you're gonna need actual living, breathing people. You're gonna need, in my opinion, a whole bunch of homemade AR-15s, and also wouldn't hurt to be legally represented, politically represented, and then also be financially secure to do this. And doing it in physical reality is quite an effort, but it can be done. That's what I'm trying to achieve right now, and it is possible. It is possible. So if you look at my channels, if you look at what I've been doing, I do a lot of disruptive technology. And disruptive technology could be anything. I mean, it could be Bitcoin, could be encryption, could be private messaging, could be ordering a piece of plastic and making a gun out of it. I mean, just the thought of me doing all this, I've noticed is one thing in common is these are all disruptive technologies. These are technologies made so you can disrupt the current system. And you're disrupting it because you're not happy with it. So you just want to get rid of this one. If they let you out, if they let you go, you can just start your own, and then represent yourself in that way. If they don't let you out, if you're in one of those places where you're captive, um, then you're going to have to fight your way to representation, literally. And so some of the places I'm picking are, I would say, contentious in a lot of ways. They are areas that will there's going to be some battle. I think some battling, because what I'm trying to do is it will come into conflict with other forces. It just will. But establishing, a network, establishing a company, establishing yourself, that's what you're trying to do, and sometimes you have to fight for it. So a lot of these things that I'm starting to do and encompass a lot of the disruptive technologies, Polymer 80, Bitcoin, encryption. These are the tools that you're going to need, and I'm going to do a whole episode of this, of how I'm using disruptive technology, specifically Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the ultimate disruptive technology. Alright, if you aren't happy, or you're not really liking what's going on now, or you don't like the system that you're in now, you can try to fight for space to have your system implemented, or you can work with the space in it to have your system represented. I mean, either or. Fight for it, make room for yourself, or be invited, whatever. My point is, these are my tools that I'm using, and I think it's working. If I can get enough people to do this with me, it will work. It will work. And there's a lot of things that I'll be making videos on. You're probably wondering, what gives me the right to do this? Well, I do. I give myself the right to do this, and you will give yourself the right to do this. There's a lot of things I'm going to be talking about. Again, this is the beginning of a new episode series in which I discuss my experience on the physical aspects of using Bitcoin in this physical world, and I'll share what I can, the difficulties, the struggles, the ease, financially how it's done, politically how it's done, legally how it's done, physical limitations, logistics, time, space, that kind of stuff. I'll go through it all. And I'm just experiencing it for the first time, other than the trading aspect. Okay, I'm moving beyond this trading and beyond the price, and I'm moving towards more use, more infrastructure building, building an actual physical market, all these things. So anyways, this should be a shorter video. So basically, if you're one of those people that are disruptive to the market, I don't have a problem with that. I almost kind of encourage it. Matter of fact, I do encourage it, because it's your way of saying, you want something to change. It's your way of protesting. It's your way of revolting. It's your way of sending a message out. Um, you know, you're just ushering the death of this old system that you just don't think or believe it should exist. You know, it should pass on, it should die, it shouldn't be around at all. Something else should be in its place. And so, the question is, what is it? What's going to be in its place? Well, I don't know. I don't know, but I'm trying to make a market for the use of Bitcoin. And, how it evolves, I don't know. But I know it needs to start somewhere. It needs to start to begin with. So, anyways, let me conclude this episode. Um, Feel free to like, dislike, um, leave a comment. Also do a video response if you want to. Until next time, stay tuned. Bye.